What's up, creators? Welcome back to another episode of the
Creator
Show. And we've got another exciting episode for you all lined up here today. Firstly, on the right corner, we have got Master Sri Akarshana back in the studio with us here again. For the first time on the show, we got Miss Kaina official here.
Hi.
First time?
Official.
Yeah, first time.
It's not first time.
It is because...
Oh, I know
on
what
the
you guys
new-
need to do now.
What's that?
I'll tell you later.
Oh,
I think I know.
wow,
I
hook
think I can read your
suspension.
mind.
I know what he's... I know because, yeah, okay,
Yep.
we'll explain that
I'm the
later.
only one who.
Yeah,
Svenja
you're
will
talking
know.
Svenja will know
Oh,
later.
we can do this with him today.
And another first time on the show, we got Svenja from Sweden. No, Svenja from where's
Not
it?
again.
Switzerland.
He will never know.
Lame.
Yeah, it's okay because Sweden is in Switzerland.
It's close. It's close by though, right?
It starts with an S.
Not
Both. You got
really.
that
It's
right.
Well, actually, we were talking about this in the office today. I did not know that Sweden or Switzerland is one of the most expensive countries, right?
Yeah,
You're
I
learning.
think.
No, seriously, I did not know that.
Zurich just passed New York as the most expensive city in the world.
Well, I thought
last
Europe
year.
was just cheap. I thought that's why everyone goes to Europe for holidays, right?
Never heard that
Yeah,
before.
Switzerland is like that. It's
Switzerland,
up there.
Norway.
Skiing. So you know how to ski then?
Yeah.
You guys are just born to
Born.
ski, right? It's
Yeah.
in your blood.
Skis.
You come out of the womb
Snowboard.
skiing on your skids already. No, okay, sorry, that was too far, right? Okay, sorry, that
That's
was
as
just
good
my
as his jokes get.
that was my big brain not processing through the small brain. So, anyways, how's things? What's up? What's new with everybody?
Everything's good.
What? What are you laughing at? I don't want to be the one. What are you laughing at?
I just knew it.
What? I don't know
He's
what you're laughing at.
panicking.
I'm
Every
not
time he
panicking.
sits with three introverts, he starts panicking.
Yeah, I know. I don't. Whenever they give
He
me
told
three
me to be
introverts,
extrovert today.
I know. So now you're gonna speak, and I'm gonna shut up.
Actually, we're with the two top yogini girls here.
Yeah,
these are top
you
performers
girls
right
have been
now.
doing really well with yoga, right?
Yeah. Show us the back bend on the table. Show.
Kind of backbend.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Oh, go
I'll
on.
show you in real life. You should come to the studio and then you see.
That was a good hook.
I know.
Everybody's sitting there going, "I want to come now. I want to come."
Yeah.
So, actually, speaking about yoga as well, because we have a lot of people who tune in on Master's channel. Svenja, I know you're. Did you practice yoga before you joined the Wealth Yogi program?
I did practice before, but like not on a really regular basis. Just like visited maybe a yoga retreat
Yeah.
before.
That sounds like one of those things. Do you know when somebody says, "Oh, do you play the sport?" You say, "Yeah, I play it. Let's play sometime." Oh, I haven't played for a
I
long
haven't
time.
played for a long time. No, feet's not good. You know, I wanted to actually. I wanted to actually speak to particularly Master about this as well, and obviously get everyone's
okay, so I guess
input.
we'll chill.
No, I want to hear everyone's input as well because somebody sent me today. I'm not going to say who sent me.
Who is
but-
it?
Who
no,
is
no,
it?
you all know, but I'm not going to say, right? They just sent me a video through, and obviously we were brought up as well. Not we. I was brought up as a Christian, and another Christian who was brought up as a Christian sent me a video, and it was about a pastor speaking about yoga. Right, and it's very interesting because every time I'm very open-minded to everything. Everybody that knows me, like every type of sport, every type of practice, whatever. But this particular pastor was speaking about how yoga shouldn't be practiced by Christians. And I was like, this is so interesting. And then they were going on to say all these different things. And I think from
Because it's
watching the
some
video,
sort of witchcraft or something,
Yes.
and some spells you cast on people. and
so there
things.
was a lot of, and it's very interesting because every time I go home as well, I've been practicing yoga whenever I was introduced to yoga, whenever I first came over here, we'd be out in the Himalayas. Well, I haven't been to the Himalayas, but in India.
In his
Go-
mind, he went.
Go.
In his mind, he's gone already.
I have already. I'm planning to go to the Himalayas with Grandmaster and everything this year. But whenever people back home in Ireland hear about yoga, within close family members as well, it's a touchy subject, right? And their view when it comes to yoga and all, it's not as open-minded as everyone here. So, in short, how would you define yoga? Like, what's your definition of yoga?
Oh wow. My definition of yoga: alignment of mind, body, and spirit.
That's exactly
the first
what I
thing
would
that
say.
comes to my mind.
Right.
So
Okay.
does anybody from who you know ever show any resistance to it, or not?
No. think so.
And I don't think Kaina's would either, because Kaina's from a spiritual background also.
Yeah. So what do you, whenever you practice yoga, what's your definition of yoga? Whenever you think yoga, what do you hear?
Well, I think mainly because I didn't used to like yoga at all.
Uh-huh.
Like even is it a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
I was so not into it. And
Yeah.
even like when I went to school and so many people were doing it, or when I was on work, then I would always think never wanted to do it because I didn't want to be part of that group.
You
But-
weird people.
You weird people.
Because I always thought
You
it was
flexible
a bit overrated.
weirdos.
Like people just do it to be part of something, I don't know. But then once I actually started to practice it, and once I actually started to get into it, I
Then you became
realized,
part of the cult.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
No, I
So
realized that it
funny.
really is a lifestyle, and it helped me so much with just calming my mind and just to make decisions, clear decisions, which I wasn't able to do before. But I've realized that it all became because of yoga, so I
Yeah.
love it.
Master, before I
Yeah.
pass it over to you, from my perspective, because I want to hear from you, and I know people will want to hear from you whenever it comes to it, like personally, from being introduced to yoga, from the practice of it, from stretching and everything as well, I think it's great. Like, and I have loads of family members who do it, and then there's a lot of people. I don't know why so much in, like, whenever I heard the pastor speak about it, and with what he said about what individuals are actually doing when they do moon salutation and sun
What are they
salutations.
doing? Like some devil movement.
Yeah,
or-
I've never heard of that before. Like, I was like,
Mm.
what am I watching right now?
Mm.
Because they sent it to me and I nearly wanted to turn it off because what you focus on expands.
Mm.
And then I switched it off because I just got bored halfway through.
Mm.
What, for people who, and I don't think anybody, not very many people watching this show, of course, I don't think would, but how would one define it? Because when I'm in those situations, I don't really know what to say, because I don't really feel the need to change anybody's mindset on it.
Mhm.
But it's very interesting because it comes from people who have never practiced it, and you always teach at business
But
events.
Yeah, I think it's always like that. People who have never done something before, they'll have their opinions
Advice.
on it. Yeah,
Right.
in exactly the same way. Actually, my dad also occasionally he'll come in with. I mean, he's very supportive.
Yes.
He understands I'm doing positive stuff.
Yeah.
But occasionally he'll just make sure that I haven't had a spell casted on me or something
Right.
like that. Do you know when you pray or put your palms together? Who are you speaking to?
I can imagine your dad asking
like
that.
in the most like kind of like there's no problem, but I think there may be a big problem type
Yeah.
of way, and so that type of thing still comes. But I think sometimes it's like you can't worry too much about what other people think, because at the end of the day you got to see, hey, what effect is it doing to yourself?
Yeah.
And I actually like to see everything as more neutral, in a sense that I'm not here to say good and bad.
Yeah.
I think it's better that we do it that way.
Yeah.
Because who knows, someone can take a knife and someone can save someone's life with it, operate on their body. Someone can kill someone with a knife. And I think that everything is the same thing.
Yeah.
You sell something that's good to someone, you help them. You sell something that's bad to someone, you've conned them, So I think it's like good and bad in everything. And so when they talk about, if they talk about, that is what you were talking about, devil or sinful acts or all this
Yeah.
type of stuff, I think at the end of the day is to look at this, right? And look at everybody who goes to church.
Yeah.
Do they all follow the rules? Everybody who goes to church, does anybody go to church and do any crimes or anything like that?
Mhm.
And I know they're probably thinking, yeah, but the ones that do crime, they've been possessed by Satan or whatever, whatever they want to say. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. But in the same way, do you know anybody who practices yoga in the world who is very kind, who smiles to people, who gives, who contributes to people's lives,
Yeah.
And if the answer is yes, then wow, well, if that's devil's act, then
Yeah.
devil's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I know people would be offended by that, but it's the reality.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can just take one thing and judge all in
Yeah.
that sense. So I like to keep it neutral. I don't want to say, maybe because there's been different stories also with people who practice yogas or teachers and things like that. That things go on, and so there's good and bad in everything. But I think before we judge anything is to, hey, let's look at what's coming forward. And if what's coming forward is a bunch of positive people, and then you're saying this is devil's act or this is negative, then I think that person has a problem.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm
Right.
saying? But that is society today, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, when I don't know if you've ever had this before, but I have had it personally, where somebody comes up to me and says, "Why are you positive all the time?"
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm positive all the time, and that pisses you off.
Yeah.
That's a problem, you know?
That's-
And I
that's
don't see that as
interesting.
my problem,
Right.
you know?
But
So
I think even from a physical point of view as well, let's not even talk about spiritual. Let's not even talk about the bigger thing or what the meaning is. From a physical point of view, we're on a spiritual channel right now. We're speaking to spiritual people, but we're here in a physical form right now. And with the growth that you two girls have seen in yoga, the flexibility that you guys have is phenomenal. But there's a lot of people out there who are suffering with physical problems that yoga is responsible for helping a lot of people in. There's a lot of people in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s that can't touch their toes, that are stiff as well. So from a physical perspective, what has yoga done for you girls?
I think it's not just that, though. Even Gavin yesterday during dinner,
Yeah.
he said that he had a back pain for 3 years.
Yeah.
And he said it went away after last practice.
Yeah.
So I think everybody sees it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the first place, like gaining strength, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to have like wrist pains
Mm-hmm.
a lot, like very quickly, and for some time I always thought like, okay, I cannot like put too much weight on my wrists. It's just like that. I have to like be careful, and that's like the solution. But then I realized like with the practice, it's actually like the contrary is true. Yeah, like if you practice, it gets stronger, and now I don't have any pain at all
Nice.
anymore.
So from a physical point of view, you've seen results as well, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Nice. And Kaina?
Yeah, same strength as well. But I think not just during practice. I think during everyday life, like you're
Mhm.
able to do super difficult asana or pose in yoga, and then you push yourself to be able to do it, and then you find that some situations in life when it used to be like stop you, like, well, let me just stop here. Then because of you were able to push through those poses, then
Yeah.
you're like, well, I might as well just push through, you know.
Yeah.
It feels similar, and I think yoga is a very good bridge with how you handle situations in life as well. That's
Nice.
how I see it. Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's the combination that we always talk about when we say, hey, body is connected with mind, and mind is connected with spirit.
Yeah.
And all is connected. And actually, I see that observation even observing Kaina as well.
Yeah.
Even when a few years ago when we first met, is like you used to get ill a lot more.
That's right, yeah.
And yeah, now you remember. Now,
Yeah.
when was the last time she was ill? You can't remember.
Yeah.
It's because everything strengthens, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't think of it like this before, you know. Us being speakers for so many years, we've always said that mindset is the basis, is the
Yeah.
fundamental. But what Grandmaster said was that actually, if you train the body, the mind thing will come naturally. And that's why he always pushes for people to train yoga, because through our yoga practice, you can see mindset straight away,
Yeah.
right? Even yesterday, we were doing like a forward roll,
Yeah.
and you could see everybody's just standing there. I can't roll. It's like, how can you not roll? Are you scared of heights or something? Because the height you're looking at is like
Is that this?
15 centimeters,
Yeah.
right? It's like
Yeah.
you're not gonna fall very far, you know.
Yeah.
And you can see they're not even moving. They're not trying.
Yeah.
It's because they're already blocked in the mind. But actually, by doing that, it just by understanding physically that, oh, I can do it, actually changes the mindset straight away, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's because it's an illustration.
Yeah.
When you say to somebody's negative and you say be positive, what can they do? Like, okay,
Yeah.
they're
yeah.
not going to be positive straight away. They can't figure it out. But I think this is like an illustration. It's like a demo, and you're watching that live demo based on what we always say. We say how you do anything is how you do everything. And based on what we always say, then actually when you observe yourself doing yoga, you already see, you know.
I think it was Nat that was sharing with me, following on from what you were saying there, that whenever Nat came back with Master from Himalayas, that Grandmaster was sharing about this point, that Grandmaster was explaining how people should learn to master physical body first. He said there's a lot of mindset coaches out there, there's a lot of spiritual coaches out there, but this thing isn't prepared, this vessel isn't prepared. And this is the only place that we need to live. This is the only thing that we can see, because you can't see your mind and you can't see your spirit. But he said there's a lot of people who haven't mastered this physical form, before trying to master the other thing. And apparently he was saying, Nat was sharing, that it works from the point of view whereby you can't master your mind fully until you master body. He said mastering body, master mind, master spirit. That's the order of the sequence.
Then it's body, mind, spirit.
Body,
So now-
mind, spirit.
So now that's why everything we teach also we go that way.
Yeah.
Everybody, we say invite people over.
Yeah.
Even actually right now when I don't even think you know about this, but yesterday I told Angela about this. I said when we're creating this center now, we're going to start offering free yoga.
Nice.
Just to
Nice.
get the community together, get
Yeah.
people in and start understanding what
Yeah.
it's actually about. Because when you asked the question before, you said, what is yoga to
Yeah.
us? I think for me, yoga is a way of life.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice
it's
one.
not a morning practice. It's not because it teaches everything.
Yeah.
Breath is everything. It teaches breath work. It teaches you to calm your mind. It teaches you to be more productive. It teaches you to motivate yourself. It teaches you to find purpose. It teaches everything, clarity, you know. So that's life. It's a way of life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think nowadays as well is, even though everybody sometimes has an off day, and with having done yoga for so long, it's not even off day anymore. It's like maybe an off minute or 5 minutes, and then instantly the thought kicks in, like, okay, I need to do yoga, and then afterwards everything seems much more clearer, much more calmer. Everything's fine again, and you're just being able to just go on with the day and just be productive instead of lingering on to whatever was stopping you in the first place. So I think yoga is really a magical thing that helps you just keep moving and
Nice.
just get more productive and
Yeah.
productive every day.
I think it's great. Then I think it's great following on from that when you said that yoga is a way of life. That's why it's so beautiful to see the Creator Circle Plus, the online educational platform that we currently run right now. I know there's a lot of Creator Circle Plus members watching. Before they come on for their training every week in online, we're teaching them about business, teaching them about life, meditation. They're all on their training together with everyone can see their screens. Master's there to put people through. Were you part of any of the Creator Circle Plus calls?
Yeah.
You've been part of that, and that you done yoga online as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How was that for you? You enjoyed the experience with everyone coming together?
Yeah, sure. It helps just to have this community to keep going,
Yeah.
and of course to have the right guidance, because like there's like a lot of different yogas out
Yeah.
there, and to just like know to do the right things.
Yeah.
That was very important to me.
And Svenja as well also came from Wealth Yogi as well. We had our first season of Wealth Yogi, and now we've got season 2 coming up as well.
She's came out pretty much top yogini and
Yeah.
top marketer and
Yeah.
top everything.
Top
This is
everything,
top
which
of
is
everything. as
Why
well.
you're sitting here,
the
and
superstar.
Svenja's like, just keep going, tell me more, tell me more. I'll receive. But speaking about the Wealth Yogi, because whenever the program was being created by Master, that was obviously part of your itinerary. And waking up every morning, and you guys practice yoga for about 2 hours in the morning, and then 3-hour sessions with Master. How did that help with what you were doing throughout the course of the 2 months that you were here? How was that?
In the beginning, it was really tough, but I mean, it's like we already mentioned it. It's like it's just like it was really the yoga that shifted the mindset, and to before you have it in the body, like it's just completely, you just have complete different access to everything you learn if you implement it and integrate it into if it becomes body knowledge. You have like a complete different access to things. Like it's just
I want to ask a question, Svenja.
yeah.
When you first joined, because we went straight in, pretty much diving pretty deep on the deep end of the yoga practice, on the asana practice. I mean, did you, on the first few days at least, did you at any of the sessions feel like not coming? Yeah. No. It's good because because I felt the same. I remember my first time going to a session with Grandmaster. I said to Kaina, I never want to do this again. It was very strong. Like
I was at the class that we went to.
that
That's
one.
the class, and
Yeah.
we went in and we had practiced
I said-
yoga a bit. Like you remember?
I said I never want to do that again because I felt like I was going through torture or something like that.
It
Yeah.
was literally Master kind of me and Anthony in the corner
yeah,
of the room,
Yeah.
and I remember being
We're
like,
just sweating
why?
away,
Yeah.
arms were shaking, everything. We're like, hold, and he says, hold there, just
Yeah,
rest
just
in
hold-
downward dog.
just
We said,
hold
this is
there.
not rest, you know.
But
Yeah.
Grandmaster's
Just put your
students
foot there,
look
like,
so
no, it
pro,
doesn't
and
go
then me being the whitest person in the room, I was like this. I was like, I need out of
I
this
remember you were
sweatbox right
behind
now.
me.
When did you?
It's
yeah.
so interesting because it's like there was that part, but then it also like very quickly became kind of an addiction, or like
Yeah.
just the feeling
Yeah.
of I want to do it again. I want to do it again. It's so good. Like
You know, for me personally, it took a good week of sessions before it became addiction, and it's so funny. It goes from hate to love, like
Yeah.
in that time. And I
Exactly.
think we observed the same thing
Yeah.
with all of us. Yeah.
Oh,
it's fascinating.
and especially I remember when we did the 3-day water fast, like that day, like the second day of the fast, when it came to like morning yoga, the way I walked to the studio, it was just like a real torture. But then, and I thought like, I'm not going to be able to like do any asana. It's just not possible. I felt like I had to creep there. But then the interesting thing was, it was just like the first 3
It was your
minutes,
strongest day of yoga.
and then like all the
Wow.
dizziness and the weakness after yoga class, it was all gone.
Mm.
That
It's-
was like
I think-
amazing.
And I think it's also to do with the frame of mind, the frame that has been set during teaching for people to understand what it is. Because if you just put people through it, they'll be like, "Oh my God, this is like nightmare," right? But if because of the constant teaching, the verbal teaching also that's throughout the
Theory.
practice, which is talking about if you're uncomfortable, it means that you're growing. If you feel the pressure, it means that you're growing.
Yeah.
And so when that gets logged in every single day, you start realizing, actually, hey, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you kind of learn to enjoy that part. And then what you see, and this is what I always see as well. I always see that our team members,
Yeah.
or our strong yoginis who are doing the practice every single day. What I find is that they. And I know secretly, and they haven't voiced this, nobody voiced this, but I know they like it when we have new guests in. Now everyone's laughing in this room because we know. I know. Because I know what it is. Because number one, you know you've been there before. Number two, you know they're going to be like, I never want to come back again. Number three, you know there's going to be some weird noises going on. And number four, you know that everything's going to be shaking around you. And then you're just going to be like, yep, okay.
Yeah, tell me what to do. I'm ready. Headstand,
then-
king of
and
asanas,
there's-
I've got it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's true. There's a secret.
What are
there's
you
a
fussing about? It's just
there's a
just pull the
secret
leg.
pleasure
Yeah.
in there. But it's fascinating because the space of time we're talking about is literally
It's
from
rapid, right?
1 month ago or 2 months ago, we were in exactly the same position.
Yeah,
And so it's so fascinating. Yeah.
yeah,
But also with all the support every day of the whole team and everybody who's doing it together, because we've done yoga every now and then on events, just a morning session before the event starts.
yeah.
And some people come to those sessions and then a few months later when we do another event, they come again. But you don't really see that there's been much progress. However, whenever we do the Yvalt Yogi program and then everybody comes every single day, within like a few days already, you see so much. They suddenly can do everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's really the collective group doing it together makes you grow so much
Well,
faster.
another question following on from that point, Kaina, is you're saying about the growth and how fast people can bring in results. From Kaina and Master, you have practiced yoga in the Himalayas, and there's a whole mystic stuff. There's a lot of people very interested in the Himalayas. Have you been to the Himalaya mountains yet? No?
Not yet.
No, I'm
She'll be
headed.
going. Yeah.
You'll be
It's
going this
calling
year?
for her already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Svenja.
what's
Pick
the
up
with Svenja, we're
I'm
ready for
available.
you. Available. What the growth that people are seeing throughout the Wealth Yogi program? What is it about the Himalaya mountains, and is results even faster
Yeah, I
there
just
as
thought
well?
this really, really funny thing.
What?
You should name something Himalayas, and Himalayas is calling you.
What?
Never mind. That's my next TikTok.
Oh wow.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh wow, that's nice. Yeah, Master. We see Master made a TikTok. By the way, I'm sure a few episodes ago they all used to like laugh at me for being on TikTok. I was the first TikToker in the team, and I
No,
was like,
but-
guys,
But you know that when we were laughing, we were just secretly jealous of you.
I know that's exactly
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah.
Yeah, and then I see them,
and then we decided, you know what? we can't let Master Lim get all the fame. So
Yeah, so I went famous on TikTok, like overnight sensation. Like, you know, if you see me, signatures later, you know. So the guys decided to come to TikTok, and I
I
welcomed
like
them.
how you got what 6 million views on one video, right? How many?
6.3.
6.3
Just put the 3 in there. The
wait,
point
wait,
three
wait,
is
wait, wait, wait,
important.
wait. 6.3 million views on one video. Can we give him a hand, please?
Please, thank you. Thank
Okay. And can we also acknowledge the fact that the only one that has ranked to that amount doesn't show his face?
What?
Yeah, he just had to put that in there, didn't he?
Who's that?
He just had to, like, listen, we
Oh,
couldn't
right,
we
okay.
couldn't leave it there. 6.2 million following and move on. He had to put that in there. He
Because
had to
the
put that
video
in
he made
there.
was just
It
of
shows his hand. Yeah.
hands.
You just see
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Listen,
So
it
your
was a
hand is
listen,
famous.
it
So,
was a
so
viral.
that means your
thing.
hand is famous.
Listen,
Yeah.
it was a viral trend.
Then-
Listen,
My question to you is, why did you not do the follow-up?
what follow up?
Just drop it every day.
What?
Just
Drop
drop it every day.
Everywhere.
Just use your
every
hand.
new
Just show
place.
your hand every day.
I think they like your hands. They want to see more of your
Got
hand.
6 million views on your hand.
You gotta use your hand, man.
My God, we should show the clip. If we have it, just bring it up here.
There we go. But people won't understand if you're not a TikToker and you don't know that that was a viral trend. You're not going to understand it. So you need to get on TikTok and you need to follow me because yeah, why not? But speaking about speaking about TikTok as well, your dad is also creeping up on the internet sensation as well. Hey?
Five videos, 4,500 following.
Yeah, I
got,
know.
Few
seven
days,
700,000 views or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
in 5 videos. Yeah,
That's
Dad is
it.
very good at it.
Yeah, Master was
Wow.
his production coordinator while they were
Was
in
the director,
California.
yeah.
He was the director. Next thing, all I could see was Papa Ho go viral. I was like, he's on my wavelength. Yes,
He's so funny.
Oh,
Every day he would just wake up and he says, "Okay, so what should I do now? What should I do today?" You should have seen him. He was like actually doing dance routines,
Yeah.
practicing with Kaina dance routines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
He was teaching me how to dance.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. He was saying, no, we gotta be more
gotta do
serious. Do it
this.
this way. Yeah.
You gotta
Wow.
express more. You do like, "Boop." Okay,
It's so
I'll do
nice
that.
to see. It's so nice to see because I love the one where he was like, you know, the one where it was like, do you ever just wonder what's really going on inside you? Dun, 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 dun. People who don't have TikTok yet, just go get TikTok because you don't know what we're talking about here right now. That's really sad,
It was
right?
funny.
Okay, guys, I think for today we are
I
out of
think we
time.
can finish it off with something very
Yes.
nice.
Oh.
Okay, what we're
And-
gonna finish off with, because today's been the topic of yoga, and
Oh.
everybody always asks in terms of how to get into
Oh.
positive vibrational frequency. I like to give you a game that you can all play, which will allow you to get into positive vibrational frequency instantly. Now,
Kaina.
me and Svenja will be the judge here.
I will
So
be
there will
the
be
judge.
2 competitors here.
I will be the judge.
So
I think
two competitors here,
No, no.
Kaina versus
that.
Master Lim. Me and
No.
Svenja, we'll choose who wins, okay?
Yes.
So,
I mean-
listen up, okay? Everyone at home, you can play this game. Whenever you need to raise your vibration, just find all you need is a partner or a mirror and yourself. That's all, okay?
Wow.
And a
mirror.
positive spirit.
mirror.
So, the game is called Laughing Yoga, okay? So now, what will happen is Kaina will stand up. Make sure our cameras are okay to capture them standing up, the wide cam. What will happen is, you both need to go into sumo position,
What's a sumo?
like a sumo wrestler. You seen sumo wrestlers? Yeah. Sumo. Okay,
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Right. Okay. Right.
I already
Two people
like
need
this.
to go into sumo position. Okay.
Do you want to just move your legs there? Because I'm going to
And you need to lift one, lift the other. This is the movement, and you need to keep that continuous. Okay. Right. Stop there. Okay. Now, what will happen is it's laughing yoga. So basically, you need to laugh at each other and laugh as much as you can, and see who laughs the other person out.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay, but can you be faster? How long do we have? Because I'm dying to go to the toilet.
Okay, we'll see. You'll probably be better then. Okay, so we say 3, 2, 1, and then you begin. Both of you, you laugh as much as you can. See who can laugh the other one
You
out.
need to
Yeah.
hit stop because I'm going to go so subconscious.
Right, just go in flow. Okay. Me and Svenja will be the judge here. Okay.
I'm ready.
3, 2,
Ready, partner?
1, go. Wait. Start again. Because we need to look into each other's eyes all the way. Yeah. That was the part that was missing. Sorry. Okay, go again. Right. Ready?
Come on, Kaina, back up.
Right.
Here we go.
3, 2. You can't break eye contact. 3,
You can do it.
2, 1, go.
That's really funny. Ah!
Okay, I think he won. How did you just let him win like that?
I was
Oh, we
tired from
did-
the first round.
Didn't even need judge. What are you doing? We're done with that.
It's okay.
Okay,
But
thank you.
So-
So the winner is Master Lim. Give him a
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
hand.
Because
It's
It's
in
actually-
high vibration.
it's
you
actually-
can't tell me that you're not in high vibration right
Yeah, I know.
Even
I'm so
I,
excited.
even my vibration rise.
But you know what's even fun? I remember the first time we had to do this. Master got us to do it at a live event where the room was
Yeah,
full of, I think it was like
amazing.
120 people in the room.
Oh, that
But you had to keep moving, so it wasn't the same person the whole time.
Yeah.
And next thing, you were just meeting so many different characters and stuff like that as well. I think I had a 6-pack by the time I was finished. It was so funny.
But
Well,
Lim,
yo.
I think because you've been doing such a great job with the Creator Circle and with all these creative shows and everything that you do and your smile, I think we should let the people on the other side of the video and the screen smile as well. So I got a little surprise for you.
Okay.
Hold on.
You're joking. Wise men say
He's good, isn't he?
only fools rush in. Which camera?
This one, this mic.
'Cause I can't help falling in love with you. That's the wrong key, so I'm gonna leave it there. Anyway,
good.
you caught me off, so you got me to do
You're
laughing
welcome.
yoga
Hey,
and
you
singing
You know,
on here.
at first I thought, shall I do let him do Celine Dion? I thought, no, he's never.
No,
gonna do
we're not
that.
gonna do that. That's a different story.
No, no,
Okay.
You posted this on Instagram, so let's just take
There
this.
we
one.
go. Thanks, Kaina, for
You're welcome.
allowing me to grow today because that
welcome.
was so out of
Always here
comfort
to help
zone.
you grow.
I'm very nervous. Thank you. Well, listen, I think we are out of time for today. Svenja, thank you so much for joining us on the show, and huge welcome to the I Am Creator team. It's really great to have you here from
Yes.
Switzerland.
It's a
There we go.
privilege to be here.
Good, great to have you here. Kaina, thank you so much. Wait till we get offset. And of course,
You're
Master Shri Akarshana, thank you so much for being here and allowing
Namaste.
this all to be possible for us. And for those of you who are watching at home, again, we appreciate you. We thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in every week to make you guys laugh. I know you're away to practice laughing yoga now. I see you. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in to our weekly podcast shows. And remember, if you have not done so already, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Be sure to comment below. Let us know where you've tuned in from. Be sure to let us know if you enjoyed today's session or what you would like us to speak about on any of these shows. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the subscribe button on the video or on this platform and turn the notification button on as well, because we'll be releasing podcast shows with different guests, different topics, entertainment for every single one of you. But for now, creators, ciao.